Think of a canned water brand that feels more like a punk rock concert than hydration, or a dairy alternative that openly mocks milk in a world obsessed with it. These are rebel brands, ones who are not content with simply existing in a crowded market. They are born to disrupt, to challenge industries that seem untouchable and make us question the status quo. Rebel marketing is all about defying conventions and challenging the norms of an industry. They embrace audacity and tap into emotions like surprise and defiance, grabbing attention in ways traditional marketing can't. Rebel brands don't try to please everyone. They speak to a specific audience that values risk-taking and disruption. This creates a strong emotional connection and fosters intense loyalty, turning customers into passionate advocates. Today on Business Sherlock, we'll investigate 5 rebel brands that defied convention and created movements out of chaos. So, hold on tight, because we're about to dive into the brands that didn't just rewrite the rules, they shredded the playbook, set it ablaze, and turned the ashes into marketing gold. Imagine walking down the grocery aisle, passing rows of bottled water, each one wrapped in sleek, clean labels promising hydration and health. Now picture seeing a tall, aluminum can with gothic, tattoo-like art screaming the words, "Liquid Death." Liquid Death isn't just selling water. They're selling rebellion. Their slogan, "Murder your thirst." And in an industry that's often pristine and wellness-focused, they completely shattered the mold. Here's the genius. Liquid Death knows they're not selling water, they're selling attitude. With viral, edgy, and downright bizarre ads that feel more like metal concert posters than water campaigns, they appeal to consumers who are tired of the usual wellness jargon. Their target? People who want their water with a side of chaos. But it's not just for shock value. By using aluminum cans instead of plastic, Liquid Death has aligned themselves with the sustainability movement, cleverly mixing irreverence with purpose. This combination of humor and environmental responsibility has captured the attention of a younger, eco-conscious audience that loves brands with an edge. In just 5 years, they've turned heads, earned cult status, and sold over 3 million cans in the US. They didn't just join the water market, they killed it. Next up, a brand that's giving dairy giants a sour taste in the mouth. Oatly, the Swedish oat milk company, isn't just here to be a plant-based alternative. They're here to crush dairy. Oatly. It's like milk, but for humans. That's the tagline that flipped the milk industry on its head. Oatly doesn't just passively exist alongside traditional dairy products, they openly and aggressively challenge them. Their ads are unapologetically bold, mocking milk's claim as a human necessity. The campaign went viral, featuring their CEO, Tony Peterson, awkwardly singing "Wow, no cow" in a field of oats. It was weird, it was cringy, and it was brilliant. Oatly's message, "We're not like the rest, and we're okay with that." But why did this work so well? Oatly tapped into a growing movement, plant-based diets and sustainability. They knew their audience wasn't just looking for an alternative to milk. They were looking for a product that challenged the norm. And the more Oatly poked at the traditional dairy industry, the more they grew their fan base. In just a few years, they went from a niche Swedish brand to a global powerhouse, now valued at over $10 billion. Their rebel spirit isn't just marketing, it's a movement, and they're milking it for all it's worth. Fasten your seatbelts as we're off to the skies for our next rebel brand. Ryanair, the budget airline from Ireland, is the master of not giving a, well, you get the idea. In an industry where airlines strive to offer luxurious seats, meals, and extra comfort, Ryanair is unapologetically bare bones. They charge you for everything, from your seat choice to the privilege of bringing a carry-on bag. But here's the kicker. They don't try to hide it. In fact, they proudly embrace it. Their CEO, Michael O'Leary, is notorious for saying outrageous things like suggesting they could install standing seats on planes. Whether or not they actually do these things, one thing's clear. Ryanair thrives on shock value. Their Twitter feed is full of sarcastic jabs at their own customers, competitors, and sometimes their own brand. But instead of backfiring, this blatant disregard for traditional customer service has become part of Ryanair's charm. They've turned low-cost travel into an art form, playing up their no-frills service while undercutting competitors on price. It's almost as if the worse the experience, the more loyal their customers become. Because Ryanair delivers exactly what it promises: cheap travel, nothing more, nothing less. And it has worked like magic. Ryanair is now the largest European airline by passenger numbers, with over 150 million customers per year. Their rebel attitude has become a selling point, and they've turned controversy into currency. Next, we're diving into one of the most controversial brands in advertising history, Benetton. If you grew up in the 90s, you remember Benetton not for their colorful clothes, but for their shocking, often disturbing ads. In an era when fashion brands focused on glamour and beauty, Benetton's ads were anything but typical. Instead of models, their ads featured raw, provocative images, like a priest kissing a nun or a man dying from AIDS. Benetton's goal wasn't to sell clothes, it was to start conversations. And boy, did they succeed. Led by the visionary photographer Oliviero Toscani, Benetton became known for using its platform to highlight social and political issues, from racism to war. The ads were often banned or sparked public outrage, but that was exactly the point. Benetton didn't just push boundaries, they bulldozed them. Their marketing strategy may have alienated some, but it captured the attention of millions. By blending fashion with activism, they became a brand with purpose, one that people remembered. And even though their campaigns were controversial, their boldness made them a cultural icon. Benetton showed us that sometimes breaking the rules isn't just about standing out, it's about making a statement. Finally, we arrive at a brand that's been the footwear of choice for rebels for decades, Dr. Martens. What started as a practical work boot for postmen and factory workers quickly became the symbol of youth rebellion in the 70s and 80s. Dr. Martens didn't set out to become the footwear of punks, goths, and outsiders. But that's exactly what happened. As youth subcultures started to emerge, they adopted Dr. Martens as a statement piece, tough, durable, and different from anything else on the market. Recognizing this shift, Dr. Martens leaned in. They embraced their new identity as the go-to brand for those who rejected mainstream fashion. Their marketing became all about freedom, self-expression, and nonconformity. It wasn't just about selling boots, it was about selling a lifestyle. Dr. Martens became a staple of counterculture, and they've stayed true to that ethos ever since. Today, they're still worn by rebels, artists, and nonconformists around the world, a testament to how powerful brand identity can be when it aligns with a cultural movement. Dr. Martens didn't need to adapt to fit in. They thrive by celebrating the fact that they don't. So what do all these brands have in common? They didn't just break the rules, they rewrote them. Whether it's Liquid Death's dark humor, Oatly's open war on dairy, or Ryanair's proud disregard for luxury, these brands have shown us that sometimes the best way to succeed is to defy expectations. They didn't just capture attention, they owned it. And that's the true power of rebel marketing. If you know any other brands that rebelled against tradition and came out on top, let us know in the comments. And make sure to subscribe to Business Sherlock for more in-depth dives into the marketing strategies that shape the business world.